Can you hear me, please? How are you doing today? Hello, Kristen, Mabel, Amanda, and I think Olukole. Welcome to the session. I hope you're good. Okay, so I know we're just starting out, but I think I need to uh, just state some things. So the session today is meant to be very, very interactive. Keyword on interactive. Okay, it's meant to be very, very interactive, and so I'm going to need you guys to 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 interact with me. There has to be lots of communication, because I found out that in my best sessions there's always communication between myself and of course the audience as well. So that is what we're going to be exploring today as well. And what is communication? Communication to me, anyways, in my own dictionary, my own dictionary. I would say communication is I speak, you speak, and we all speak. Okay, I'll repeat that. I speak, you speak, we all speak. Now that is communication to me, anyways. I know the definition you'll probably find on Webster or any other dictionary or Oxford might be a bit different. And so that means that for us to have a fantastic session, we have to communicate. And you communicating using different methods, not just biomuting and speaking, because of course we don't want to have a ruckus because we're expecting a couple other people to join in as well. But also communication in terms of using the chat box, sending messages to the chat box, confirming questions and asking questions and giving feedback. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay, so just to test if we are all on the same page, just to test if we have all understood, just to test if we're going to be having a fantastic 1 hour session, I want you to send a 1 to the chat box. So just send a 1 to the chat box if you know you're with me, if you know you're good to go. Remember I talked about communication. So this is where we are testing things out. Okay, so if you know you're with me, you're good to go, you're ready to explore the high demand tech roles and how you can get into them, please kindly send a 1 to the chat box. The number 1. The number 1. Come on. So Charles, are you with me? Kindly, are you with me? David, are you with me? Thank you very much, David. Fantastic. Thank you, David. Thank you, Charles. All right, fantastic. I need more responses. I think we're about close to 10 on the call at the moment. And so far I've gotten 2. Okay, so Amanda is just into the 1. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So in order not to waste so much time, because this session we're going to have an hour, maybe a little over an hour. We're going to have fun, very, very important as well. Okay, we're going to be having fun and we're going to be learning a lot. So we're just going to get into it as quickly as possible. And yeah, is anyone here? I'm sure maybe many of us, maybe we're just coming back from we just concluded, we just finished watching the Champions League match between Barcelona and Newcastle. Okay, so I know many of us are currently in the UK, so I wonder, is there anyone living around Newcastle at the moment? Okay, that's okay in the US. So what's the atmosphere like? What's the atmosphere like currently? You live in Newcastle. So what is there a change in the atmosphere? Because Newcastle has just been trashed. Sad mood everywhere, right? Yeah. So 7-2, 8-2 in aggregate. That was some whooping. So we're just coming back from that. Now we're going to just give me a moment to pull up my screen. Okay, so what are we taking a look at today? We're checking out the high demand data roles in the UK that guarantees you the job. Keyword, guarantee. Okay, keyword, yeah, is guarantee. Get my pen. So keyword, yeah, guarantee. So we are going to be checking out roles that guarantees you a job in the future. When we put this in here, it wasn't clickbait. It wasn't a way to get people to attend the session. No, this is actually backed by data, and we are going to be taking a look at all of the things and understanding. But first and first, of course, I'm sure many of us we've heard about CV Matchly, or maybe not. If that's the case, that's fine. So this session, this particular session is organized by CV Matchly, and CV Matchly is an AI-powered job application optimization platform. CV Matchly is there to ensure that you are able to get a job. Because many of us right now, we are probably in an area that would say, okay, you know what? This is my current career. I would like to transition. I would like to make a switch. I want to get a new job. You want to get into a role where you can see where you have higher pay. You want to get into a role where you can see career transition, where you know that as soon as you're done with, they say 2 years, 3 years down the line, you're going to be at this particular level. So that's something that you're looking for, and that's something that CV Matchly can be able to grant you as well. And what about me, your speaker? So I'm Alcesar Malahor, and I'm a seasoned technology professional, as they say. Okay, I have over 5 years of experience in various career paths, in various with various skill sets, from data analytics to predictive AI engineering to power platform engineering, all of those things. Now, I would say I'm more into consulting and, of course, operations as well, operations strategy and execution. So I'm also the head in charge of learning strategy and operations at Analytics, and I'm also an employability specialist at CV Matchly. And I've been able to work across various organizations within various countries, including US, the UK, Canada, Singapore as well, and also Nigeria. I've also worked in Australia too. So I've worked in with world markets in the US. I've also worked with Bed Dog Hospitality, which is one of the biggest hospitality firms within the Middle East. That's talking about South Dakota in the US. And yeah, this is enough about me. Okay, enough about seeing my face. Let's really get into the main deal for today, and that is, what are we discussing? We're going to be checking out 3 different roles. We're going to be checking out 3 different. We're going to be discussing 3 different things today. The first is that we're going to discuss the data roles and high demand, data roles and high demand, and how data roles and high demand within the UK, of course, and how you can fix your resume to land more interviews. That's something we're taking a look at. Then we'll take a look at the key strategies for landing a job in today's job market, and also the CV Matchly community guarantees. Some things that you do get, some guarantees that you do get from being a part of the CV Matchly community. I'm sure we remember, well, I said something at the start of the session. I said that this session is going to be heavily interactive. We're going to have lots and lots of interactions. Lots and lots of interactions. So, first and first, I'm not just going to be teaching or just speaking. We're going to be complicated, right? So first and first, I want us to take a quick poll. A quick poll. Okay? I want us to take a quick poll. So, looking at what you have on your screen, what do you think is the most in-demand job in the UK at the moment? What do you think is the most in-demand job in the UK at the moment? And you get to pick from 4 options. 4 options. And what are these options? We have, and what are these options? We have data analyst, graphics designer, business analyst, and data entry clerk. Out of this, in each and every one of these roles, which of those roles do you? I want you to give to. I want you to be in order. So maybe you say, oh, the highest in demand right now is graphics designer, then data entry, and I want it in that order. Maybe I should also send in a poll. I think I should be aware. Should be able to create a poll now, shouldn't I? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, so instead of using a poll, I think I should use a poll. Let me use a poll. That'll make it easier for us. Okay. Okay, so you should see a new poll is live. You should see like an option. You should see a pop up on your screen for you to click on that and go ahead to vote. Or if you want, you can also just send your answer to the chat box. But we need to communicate. Okay, we need to have a conversation. So, which of the roles do you think is in the highest demand? Is it data analyst? Is it graphics designers? Do we have? Is it the data entry clerks, or is it the business analyst? Thank you very much, Kinde. So Kinde says that we have data analyst, then we have business analyst, then we have data entry clerks, and then we have graphics design. Quite unique. Okay, that's a unique answer. I need more responses. I need more responses. So what do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Kristen, what do you think? Which of these roles is the highest in demand?
The first one there is a data analyst.
Okay, so you think it's data analyst?
Yeah, the second one is a business analyst.
Okay.
Third, graphics designer. And
okay.
The last but not the least, data entry clerk.
So what you're saying right now is that I gave you an expo to the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. But we'll see. We're going to come back to this later on, and I want you to remember what you actually voted for. Okay? We would come back to this later on regarding which of the roles is highest in demand. We're going to come back to this. But first and first, or second, I don't know if there's anything like that, we're going to be debunking some myths and facts about getting jobs in the UK. So we're going to take a look at myths and facts. Which of these is a myth and which of this is a fact? And I need everyone to, for this particular one, I would even need you to unmute and tell me what you think. Is this a myth or is it a fact? The very first thing, you need a master's degree to get a data job. Is it a myth or is it a fact? Many of us on the call, I'm pretty sure we have a master's degree. Okay, so is it a myth or a fact? So Christian says it's a myth. Kinde says it's a myth. David says it's a myth. Charles says it's a myth. Everyone says it's a myth. Are you sure? It could be a fact. Okay, you know what? Let me ask someone a question. David, why do you say it's a myth? Why is it not a fact? Why is it a myth?
It's a myth because your master's doesn't necessarily teach you how to be a data analyst. Neither does it teach you business intelligence. What employers are concerned about are people who can add value to their business, and it has to do with the practicality of things. So you need to have that technical experience. So having a master's is just.
Lots of people. I know lots of people that have masters in data science. Okay, even Efemina. I'm sure we all know Efemina. Okay, Efemina has a master's in data science. Okay, Efemina has a master's in data science. So, are you really sure that recruiters don't want you that you don't need a master's to get a data job? So David says no, and he has given us his reasons. I don't know. We're going to come back to this. Let me take Kinde. Kinde, what do you think?
Yeah, hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello.
Actually, I studied data analytics, my master's,
Okay.
and I've been jobless for 2 years. And my fellow friend studied data science, and we've been jobless. When I say jobless, I don't mean jobless. You know what I mean?
I understand. Like in terms of tech roles, and
Yes.
I get you. Understand.
So maybe I would say it's not automatic. Maybe it's just probably a push or something, but it's not really automatic at all.
Okay.
I've got a
Okay.
friend. I've got a friend that came to analytics. What's her name? She's in NHS now. She did public health. She had never worked in her life, and she's a data analyst in NHS. Like I think she's even a senior now. She's a data analyst in NHS. She just did data analyst for like 1 year, I think 6 months. Do you get my point now? So
Yes. Yes.
if she could do that without a degree and without work experience, so really it's not really what you carry, it's just what you could develop yourself to be that gets the job, or probably just other things. But not certificate actually. That's what I'm trying to drive at.
Thank you very much, Karen Day, for that fantastic point. Kristen?
Masters is more of academics, so it's a also more of a research base, which have little or no relevant to many industries. I have an MBA. I'm a certified accountant, but if I could tell you that I have put in several applications and no interview, but I did internship with Amdari. It's a October cohort, and it's so surprised that with the fact that I did the internship and I just crafted my CV, submitted. If I tell you that I've got this, the course I've got within space of a month, it's so amazing. You understand? It's so amazing
Yes.
that, yeah, I said if I can get this within a space of a month, almost like 4 interviews on data, even if I'm not so experienced, but they called me for the interview. When I saw the salary expected salary, I couldn't believe it. One of them was that if I pass through, annual salary was £60,000, and I don't have so much experience in data analysis, but only that I did with Amdari. So MSc does not guarantee you a job.
Anything. Thank you very much, Kristen, for sharing that experience. And I'm really glad that you're getting positive results already for your internship with Amdari. So we'll be waiting to get that testimonial very, very soon. Okay. So now I think everyone agrees that it's actually a myth that you don't need masters to get a data job. And yes, you are right. It is a myth. Everyone is correct. You don't need a master's to get a data job. I told you guys about my experience. What I've been able to accomplish, what I've been able to do, the places I've been able to work, the countries I've been able to work, the people I've been able to speak to. Okay, the number of people that are always asking for my services. At the moment, I head a division of over 13 departments, if I'm not mistaken. 13 departments, heading a division of about close to 50, 60 staff. And I don't have a master's. Okay? I don't have a master's. And the reason I don't have a master's is mainly because I've not really found the time to do it. So I don't need it. But so if I do decide to do my master's right now, it's just okay, let's add another qualification, let's just go to school. It's always good to study. But when it comes to the job in itself, a master's is not needed. What is needed, we'll get into that. No, we'll get into that. Okay. So I try to throw you guys off by telling you that Efemina has a master's in data science, which it does. But he got the master's not, a while back. And him himself will tell you that without a master's, you can get a job. There was a reason he got the master's, but because he was already working was already getting jobs as a data scientist before he went for his master's. Talking about Adeza as well. Adeza got his master's, I think, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I'm talking about 2024. And Adeza has close to a decade experience, like a little bit of a decade experience when it comes to tech when it comes to data analysis, when it comes to working as a data analyst. So a master's is not needed. Yes, you can get a master's for other things, but not because you want to get a job. And that takes us to our second myth or fact. It takes us to our second what? Our second myth or fact. And what is it? The second myth or fact is you must know Python to get hired. I'm talking about data roles now. That for you to work in data, you must know Python. So, is this a myth or is it a fact? Myth or fact? Myth or fact? Myth or fact? Kristen says, I disagree. Remember, I'm talking about data. I work in data. I'm not saying, oh, you need to know Python to work anywhere. No, I'm talking about data roles. Data roles. That you need Python to work in data roles. Myth or fact? Everyone says it's a myth. Okay, David, what do you think? Maybell, what do you think? I've not heard from you, Maybell. Is it a myth or a fact? Oyekachi, what do you think? Someone should tell me why they think it's a myth or why they think it's a fact. I want to hear someone speak.
Okay, Agbola, you know,
Yeah.
I told you that I have some interviews, right? Hello?
Yes.
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 For the interviews I did, no, there was nothing was mentioned of Python. So even for the applications I have made, nothing was mentioned of Python. All I see was SQL, Excel, and business intelligence tool like maybe Power BI. And
Power BI. Yeah.
Power BI, I've checked the industry demand as the difference between the demand for Tableau and Power BI. So the industry demand for Power BI is high. So for me,
Yeah.
I focus on Power BI and SQL and Excel. So the interview I did, that was last week.
Yeah.
It had to do data analytics and financial reporting. A very great company here in UK. So they didn't mention Python. I did other two. They didn't mention Python.
Yeah.
For all the application I've been putting through, I've never seen where they mention Python. So for me, I've saved my time of learning Python to SQL.
Thank you very, very much, Kristen. So Kristen is speaking from experience. Kristen is not even here for yes, he's just telling you what he has seen, what he has experienced. And yes, Python is, you don't need Python to get hired. You don't need Python to get a job in data. Now, note, there are some data roles that you need Python. An example is data engineering. If you want to be a data engineer, there are two things you must know: Python and SQL. Very, very important. But it's not that, oh, now, because I hear some people say, oh, I don't know Python, and so I cannot get a job. And I'm like, what do you mean but that you don't know Python and so you cannot get a job? And then I ask them, what role are you trying to get? And they tell me, I want to be a data analyst. But they saw that, oh, Python is required. And this is false. You do not need Python to get a job as a data analyst. You do not need Python to get a job as a data analyst. There are some roles that might require you to use Python, but those are roles that are now usually going into machine learning. That's, oh, you need to help the organization build. Predictive models. It's a data scientist, but it is not needed for you to at least start. Maybe after you've gotten into the role, you've gotten the job, then you can say, oh, I want to learn Python so I can maybe move to a higher role or something. But for you to say, because you don't know Python, you're not going to be able to get a job, that's not true. The tools that are needed for data analysis, for instance, just like Kristen mentioned, Excel, Power BI, SQL, those are the tools needed, not Python. Now let's move to number 3. In our fact or myth segment, Number three, tech roles are saturated. Is it a fact or is it a myth? Tech roles are saturated. And what's saturation? Saturation means that there's so many, there's a lot of people trying to apply to the same job. So now you have more people than jobs available. Okay, so it's not like, oh, it's very, very competitive, a very competitive market, very, very difficult to get anything. I can see myth again. Let me hear from Charles this time. Charles, why is this a myth? Charles, are you there? Or you can't speak at the moment?
Yeah, I'm here.
So why do you think it's a myth?
If it's saturated, you won't be seeing the billions and tons of adverts for such positions as you see every day.
Fantastic. So Charles is saying that if the tech market is saturated, you are not going to be seeing adverts for these roles because adverts cost the money. So if it's saturated that I can get so many people, then why do all I just need to do, maybe I'll just put the sign in front of my office, or I'll just tell someone, oh, I need to get someone for this role. And before I know it, 1,000 people are already applied. Kinde is of a different opinion though. Kinde says the job market is actually competitive. So Kinde, are you saying it is saturated? And yeah, let us know. Are you saying it's saturated?
Yeah, hello, sister. Sorry, I'm at work. That's why I've been off and on.
Okay.
Yeah, I think at the moment, I think it might be competitive, but saturated, no. Because like the other man just said now, if it's saturated, at least unemployment index in the UK is around 3% at the moment. It's in Nigeria that might be higher, so I can't say it's saturated, but maybe competitive, yes.
Okay, so it's not saturated, but competitive.
Yeah.
Amazing thing. Thank you very much, Kinde. So what's the answer to this? The actual answer is the job market is actually, okay, the answer is that the job market is actually very, 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 very not saturated. Okay, it is not saturated. And I'm going to show you proof. I'm going to show you something real quick. Now, what is saturation? First of all, saturation means you don't have so many jobs available, and so before one job is posted, 5,000 people have applied, and so you don't have a lot of jobs. I'm going to show you. We're going to go to read.co.uk, and I'll show you something. Read.co.uk. This read.co.uk. You'd notice that I searched for data analyst roles. Maybe I should just do it again so you get to see what I'm talking about. Let's check for data analyst, for instance. Say data analyst. Data analyst. Okay. Now, in case you don't know read.co.uk, this is a strictly UK site for jobs. So I'm sure you should know it. You're in the UK. But if you don't, then I don't know what have you been doing. Okay, where are you applying to your jobs from? LinkedIn? Really? Okay, but now let's search for those roles, and you'd see that we have so many roles, right? We have so many roles, but let's scroll down to date posted because we want to see the most recent roles, the ones that are very, very recent. And so you'd see that only today, in the last 24 hours, 141 jobs, data analyst jobs have been uploaded. 141 data analyst roles have been uploaded. 141. 141. And this is only one job site. We're not now looking at LinkedIn, looking at Indeed. We're only looking at just one job site. And we can see in the last 24 hours, we can see that 100 roles have been sent. So if you decide to apply to any of those jobs, you know for a fact that these jobs are fresh and that they are still open. Unlike when a job market is saturated, you're seeing a job post that you're seeing 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and then you don't even know if the role has been filled, and maybe HR just forgot to close that opportunity. With this, you definitely know that, oh, this 5 hours ago is it's still open, and you have all of the different jobs. Anyways, so as I said, it is not saturated. Is it competitive, as Kaide said? I would say no. It's not competitive. Now, what do I mean by it's not competitive? I don't think that there are not people trying to get the jobs. I'm saying we don't have enough qualified people to say that that these roles are competitive. When you go to a job and you see something like 200 people have applied, I can guarantee you over 90% are not qualified. They don't even know how to use Excel. Their dashboards are superb, below standards. A competitive field is a field where if you have 100 people, 80 are experts. Then, like you're pushing everybody, I want to get it. But in those roles, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Where you just need to be good, just a tiny bit. You just need to be a tiny bit, and you will get an interview. Christian has been telling us, giving us his testimonies. Even Charles mentioned that that he has a friend. Was it Charles? Or I think it's Kinde. That he has a friend that got a job as a data analyst with the NHS, even with no prior experience. If the field is competitive, would that be the case? So it is not competitive. Yeah, you see a lot of people applying, but only a handful actually qualified. These are my points. Are we still together? Someone can give me thumbs up if we're still together. I need to know I'm not speaking to myself. Are we still together, everyone? Okay, now you guys have left me. Should we end the session right now? I had some logics I wanted to share with you guys, but it seems we should end the session. Okay. It seems we should end the session right now. Or are we currently watching? I think there's a match going on at the moment. Is it Liverpool and Galatasaray? Yeah, I think that the match is currently ongoing. So you are still here, right? Now let's take a look at the last one. Your CV must be tailored to each job. Myth or truth? Is it a myth or is it a fact that your CV must be tailored to each job? Myth or fact? Myth or fact? Okay, fact. Are you sure it's not myth? We've had three myths in a row. Why don't you think the last one is a myth? Because if you take a look at the data, it's likely that the last answer, the last one is also going to be a myth. Okay, everyone is saying, even Amanda says that it's a fact. So let's see, is it a fact? Yes, it is a fact. You must always tailor your CV to any job you're applying to. That is the only way you'll be sure you really increase your chances of getting called for an interview. So now that we have explored all of this, the next thing that we need to take a look at is to understand what data roles are really in high demand. Data roles are in high demand. The data roles that are in high demand that we're taking a look at, we're going to be focusing on 4 of them, 4 major. We have, of course, the data analyst. We have the data scientist. We have the data engineer. And we have the business analyst. The data analyst, the data scientist, the data engineer, and the business analyst. But where did we get this data from? Did we just go to bed one night, wake up the next morning and decide that, okay, these are the roles that are actually in high demand? Is that the case? The answer is no. We actually have backing from the World Economic Forum, where we get to see the jobs that are going to be that are increasing in terms of demand, in terms of the number of opportunities, and those that will be decreasing. And this is also taking into consideration the fact that, oh, now we have AI everywhere. Where we have AI there, we have AI here, we have AI in every single place. But this report is still showing us that even in the midst of the AI boom, that these are the roles that you know are secured right now and in the future. And what roles are we looking at? We are looking at what? Data engineering roles. That's the big data specialist, which is like at the top, big data specialist. You have data warehousing specialists, data engineers, and also database and network professionals. All of those roles are roles that a data engineer can function in. Then we also have what? The data analytics and data science, talking about the data analytics and the data science, where we have AI and machine learning specialists, which are the data scientists. Then we have data analysts and scientists, which of course is the data analyst. So you can see that data analytics is still a very, very much in-demand career path, as many of us have come to realize. We also have the HR analyst. The HR analyst falls under the data analyst, but a data analyst that focuses on what? On people data. And of course, the business analyst as well. Talking about the process automation specialist and also the digital transformation specialist. These are roles that a business analyst functions in. Also, data analytics, you can see there are more roles where you have the business intelligence analyst, the sales and marketing professionals. All of those roles are data analyst roles, because for you to be a sales and marketing professional, we are talking about being a business data analyst, being able to analyze the marketing data, the marketing trend, the ads, everything that the company is doing, understanding the number of leads they are bringing into the business, the number of conversion, their conversion ratio, their conversion rates, attendance rate, all of those conversions, all of those marketing data. You need to be a data analyst or a data scientist to be able to do all of that. And of course, we also have the data engineers in there, which are the database architects. Remember at the start of the session, I asked the question, which of those roles are in high demand, are highest in demand? And then we saw data analysts, we saw business analysts, we saw graphic designers, and then we saw data entry clerks. From the Economic Forum, something I also did not mention to you guys. The way this report works is that this blue, you see this blue side. This blue side is showing the number of jobs that will be created. So we currently have 500 million jobs available for big data specialists. Now, between 2025 and 2030, we're going to have a lot of roles. We're going to have maybe an additional 2 million jobs created, an additional 3 million jobs created, in addition to the existing 500,000. That's what this blue line means. And then this purple or this pink line at the back is showing the amount of roles that will be lost. So what you always want to ensure is that you are having more roles being created than roles being lost within that particular career path. That's what is going to tell you if there's a future in that career or not. And I want to show you something. Take a close look at this. And you're going to see data entry clerks. These data entry clerks. You can see that data entry clerks, they are rapidly losing jobs. Jobs are not being created for data entry clerks, but you can see jobs are being destroyed. And that's also something similar for the graphic designer as well. The graphic designer, they said you have little jobs being created, but you have lots of jobs being destroyed for graphic designers. Nowadays, there are several tools that you can just use quickly, and you have generated a file, generated a design. The designers that are actually now more in vogue right now are the UI UX designers, the product designers, the designers that are building websites, and not just building websites, because even now you can have AI that is building the websites, but product designers that are building websites and comparing website performance. Oh, so we made a new update to the website. This new update we made to the website compared to the old one, which of them is performing better? So you can see that this is not really the time to say you want to be a graphics designer. Many graphics designers I know today are pivoting. They are learning new skills. As a graphic designer, I know of a graphic designer that started out as a graphic designer and was pretty smart to know that, okay, I need to also upskill. And currently, while working as a graphic designer, he went ahead to learn product design, and then he also learned motion graphics as well. Because motion graphics, still pretty much in high demand, not as much as data analytics and the rest, but still, in order to ensure that it remains relevant in today's market. So looking at all of this, I want us to now explore the median salary. There's something called median. The median salary for each of these 4 roles we've explored, that we've said that very high, that we've said that in high demand. That's data analytics, data science, data engineering, and also business analysis as well, business analyst. What's the median salary for each of these 4 roles? Easy. For data analyst, the median pay is around £47,000. Median. What's the meaning of median? Median means that it's the middle. You're going to get people earning above this, and you're going to get people earning slightly below this. Christian just told us that he saw a role of £60,000. Let me give you a little expo. Last week, I prepped someone for an interview that's currently in one of our programs. I prepped him for an interview for a business intelligence analyst position, still in the UK, and the pay was around £70,000. The reaction that Christian had when he was telling us about this was the exact same reaction this guy had. He said that he couldn't believe it. And that when he was looking at the job description, he noticed that every single thing in the job description was what he was doing at the moment, what was being taught in class. So the role did not seem like, oh, is this role where you have to have like 10 years of experience? It was still using Power BI, because as a business intelligence analyst, of course, Power BI is like number 1, 2. Using Power BI and helping them maintain their data and being able to draw insight, working with different departments. £70,000. Many of us right now are not even earning up to 1/3 of that. I repeat, many of us right now, we're not even earning up to 1/3 of that. I said I was prepping him for an interview, meaning that he actually did get called for an interview. So he submitted his CV and they called him for an interview, and he wanted to ensure he got the role. So I met with him for about 30-45 minutes and prepped him, and we are hoping for good news. Just imagine that jump from where you are right now, that this is the amount of money you are earning. So you are earning maybe £28,000, maybe £30,000. If it's maybe £35,000, usually around the 20 region. And that you just have a massive gap from 20, you're getting to the 60s, getting into the 70s. You know, your quality of life would improve tremendously. So for you to be able to get into these roles, the things recruiters are actually now looking out for. Because for some of you, you've been applying to jobs, and you're not getting any leeway. You're not getting any joy. No one is calling you. No one is sending you an email saying, let's speak with you. Here's a problem. Have you ever thought about it this way? Getting an interview should not be so difficult. Now, hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Now, this is what I mean by it should not be so difficult. An interview does not mean you've gotten a job. That's one thing to note. Just getting an interview does not mean you've gotten a job. It just means you are a person of interest. When you send in your CV, the recruiter does not know what you sound like, does not know your face, does not know the kind of person you are. So you cannot say that, oh, the reason I was not called for an interview was because the recruiter did not like me. No. You could say that the reason I did not get the job after going to the interview was because the recruiter did not like me. Yeah, but not in terms of the CV, because the CV is just a piece of paper. Yes, I know it's a digital paper now, but it's a piece of paper that contains information, meaning that there's something that recruiter is looking for that's going to be on your CV, that should be on your CV, that will determine if they will be speaking to you or not. It's simple as ABC. If your CV looks a certain way, fantastic. We'll call you for an interview. Maybe after the interview, we'll tell you we don't like you anymore. But we'll call you for an interview. It's simple. Sometimes we are thinking about getting called for an interview like it's rocket science. It's not. The same CV that you submitted that someone else is the CV you submitted that's the same CV that someone else is submitting that got the interview. So what is the difference? Simple. It's understanding what recruiters are actually looking out for. Recruiters are looking for two main things. And I can say that for a fact because I'm a recruiter myself. I would not say I'm a recruiter like I'm in HR, but what I mean is that I've recruited a lot of people. I just told you that I currently head the operations division. And so, of course, I get to join interviews when anyone is coming to join my team. And I've been able to recruit over the course of my career. I'm pretty sure I've been able to interview over 100 plus. I've been in over 100 plus interviews as the interviewer, not the candidate. And what are we always looking out for? Two things. Number one is the skills. Do you have the skills? That's why I asked the question. They said masters needed. No one is taking a look at your masters. Can you come in and help transform my business? Do you have what it takes? Do you know how to work with Power BI? Do you know how to work with Tableau? Do you know how to work with Python for roles such as data engineering? Do you know how to work with, do you know how to carry out analysis? Do you know how to carry out, how to tell stories using data? If all of those things are on your CV, then of course you're going to be called for an interview. It's not rocket science. You will be called for an interview. And the interview will now be you trying to prove that what is on your CV is correct. And if you're not able to prove it, then back to square one. Skills is the first thing. The second is experience. Experience. These are the two major things that recruiters look out for. Every other thing is secondary. Does this person have the skills and does this person have the experience? These two things is what will show up as competence. That, oh yeah, you're actually competent. Many of us right now, we don't have the experience. But that's not a problem. That's the reason why there are several services. You have Diary, you have a lot of things that can help you get that experience. Because there are two ways you can get work experience. Either by working on the job, or by working on projects. Real life projects, not projects you see on the wayside, but real life case studies. Case studies that simulate a business. That, oh, you're actually in the job, this is what you're going to be doing. Working on that case study and having all of that in your portfolio would serve as an experience. That is why we have people like Carrie Days, for instance, that did not have any prior experience and were able to get a job because we live. Something else that you also need to take a look at, of course, is your LinkedIn profile and your CV. Some people's LinkedIn, nothing to write home about. Your LinkedIn is very, very important because your LinkedIn serves as what you call social proof. Social proof. What's social proof? Social proof is, David says he has been able to work here, done this. Let me go and check his LinkedIn to see if I'll find any trace of that. That's a social proof. Social proof is David takes a data scientist. Is he making posts about data science? That's social proof. Many of us don't have that. And let me see, is there anyone on the call that would like to volunteer? That would like to volunteer for us to take a look at their LinkedIn profile right here on the call? Okay, so maybe there are things that are wrong with it. We can point it out. Is there anyone here that would like to volunteer? Or are we all shy? No one wants to volunteer. No one wants to show us their LinkedIn. Okay. No one wants to show. See your LinkedIn, so I can tell you what you can do right now to improve it. But no one wants to show it to us. Okay, no problem. We move on. So you need to have a great LinkedIn profile, and you also need to have a fantastic CV as well. For the LinkedIn profile, of course, you need LinkedIn optimization. For the optimized CV, that is where CV Matchly comes in. But we'll get there. Are you guys really, really sure that you don't want, you don't want me to, you don't want to send your LinkedIn profile across, so we can use that as an experiment. No one wants to. Jacinta, I think I saw a Jacinta on the call. Do we have a Jacinta? Jacinta doesn't want to show us her LinkedIn. Okay, Kaide doesn't want to show us his LinkedIn. Maybe
I don't
doesn't want
mind.
to show us.
I don't mind.
Okay.
Jacinta speaking. I don't mind.
Okay. All right then. So if you don't mind, can you just send the name on your LinkedIn? Is it the name you currently have on the call? On your email?
No. But then I must warn you, it's nothing to write home about.
Okay. That's fine. That's the reason why we're here. Okay, we want to take a look at the areas that we can make corrections. I'm not expecting a perfect LinkedIn profile. Okay, I'm not expecting something perfect. I think Kaide just shared this, so let's start with Kaide. Let's see. Let's see what Kaide's profile looks like. Okay, so let's see. So what do we have here? Okay, so you can see Kainde, a very handsome man. All right, and then Kainde currently has only one connection. Kainde, when did you create this profile? Was it yesterday? When did you create your LinkedIn profile? Was it yesterday? How recent is your LinkedIn profile, Kainde? A while ago. Okay, but let's see. So what do we have here? We have Kaide, fantastic. We have data analyst and visualization expert. We have the tools listed, fantastic. So hi, I'm currently on the career path into. This is already wrong. Your about section is wrong. And the reason for this is your about section is showing us that you don't have the skills, you don't have the experience, but rather you're telling us that you're learning right now. Tell me, Kainde, let's say you are a recruiter. Would you bring in someone that's learning to your organization? Be honest with me. Be honest with me. You want to employ someone, and the person is like, "Oh, I'm just learning. You know, I'm going to come in and I'm going to do very, very well. I'm just learning, but you know that I'll put in my best and I'll give you my all while I'm learning." Kainde, would you employ that person? Kainde, tell me, would you employ that person? Or you don't want to speak? No. I'm going to say no. Kainde says no. Exactly. So if you would not employ that person, then why are you making yourself that person? Why are you saying that I'm currently learning? Because every single thing here is just saying I'm currently learning. I'm preparing for that's not it. Okay, and right now you're saying if your organization is open to short-term support, I'd love to offer my time and skills. What do you mean? What does this mean you're searching for internship roles? No, not even if you want to go, when you want to change your career, okay, you don't come from a place of I'm learning. You come from a place of I've done it before and this is what I'm doing now. So instead of saying something like, "Oh, I'm currently on the career path into project management," you can say, "Hi, I'm a project manager." Not I'm currently on the career path into project management, but rather I'm a project manager. At the moment, I'm preparing for Prince2, Agile, and PFQ certifications. That should not be there. If you don't have the certifications yet, don't take it out from your about section, because at the end of the day, you don't even need certificates to get a job. Something that we've been screaming for God knows how long now. You don't need certificates to get a job. There are only few roles out there I would say having a certificate helps. Not that you need it, but having a certificate helps. But for a lot of these tech roles, you don't need a certificate. So you need to update your about section. And then we are looking at, okay, the last time you posted was 1 month ago. And then what did you post? Let's see. So so you build a dashboard that you, okay, not bad, not bad. But I want your dashboards to be better. Okay, I want your dashboards to be better, Kenny. This is an okay dashboard, but this does not scream expert to me. This does not scream expert to me. So I would need you to try to improve slightly on your dashboard, but you making posts about your work, absolutely fantastic. Okay, fantastic. So we have database administrator. Okay, that's the role you're currently searching for. Data specialist, operations performance analyst. Okay. So the major thing for me right now is the about section, and let me see what you do. Collect, organize, and audit resident data, including career plans. Not bad. Not bad at all. But you need to change this. This is an eyesore. And also, you should have some featured sections. You should have some featured sections at the top. Now, the featured sections would really help in ensuring that because when I go to anyone's profile, I don't have time scrolling through all your posts. Maybe there's a post you made 5 years ago that I would have loved to see. But now, because it's not featured, I'm not going to see it because you don't expect me to start scrolling to your old post. So if you have things that you feel this is worth noticing, then go ahead to pin it. Okay? Oh yeah, so this is not bad. This is not bad. Looks good, but you can definitely improve on this. Okay? And then you also have your portfolio. Let me see what your portfolio looks like. I think this is good as well. Fantastic. I love the fact you have a portfolio. Amazing. You really need a portfolio. Spot on, spot on, spot on. Now let's see your project, your Excel project. Let's see what you have here. This looks good. Have you started applying to jobs? Kinda. Have you started actively applying? You're starting again. Okay. All right then. I think you are really at a good point. Your portfolio is looking fantastic. Any recruiter that sees that portfolio will definitely know that you have the skills. Okay, we definitely know you have the skills. So good work on that. But what you need to change, your about section. You need to change your about section. Very, very important. Have some featured posts. Some featured posts that shows your best work. Your best work. And you're really going to be, flying. Okay, so moving on. Now, of course, I talked about LinkedIn, and then you also have to ensure your CV is great, because these are the two things that are going to determine if you'll be getting a job or not. But now that we've taken a look at the things that you need to do to get a job, we also need to take a look at things that you can do that would not get you a job, that would make you the reason why people are not getting hired. The reason why people are not getting hired, the reason why people are not getting hired, we have the fact that you have some people learning too many tools. You are learning the number of tools you are learning, I cannot even count. Today you learn Python, tomorrow you learn R, the other day you learn SPSS, you learn, especially for the guys that have a master's in data science and data analytics. I'm sure you guys need SPSS and R in university. Okay, but recently I think the curriculum has been updated to have Python. But as a then, it majorly used to be R. That's I don't know if you guys know R, letter R. But am I wrong? Am I wrong? I think that's maybe I'm wrong anyways. But you don't need all of those tools. Don't go learning, oh, you run to this. That's the reason why we exist as an organization, to ensure that we are giving you what you need to learn. The time that you are spending learning something else, you are rather using that time to focus on applying to jobs, because you already know the skills that you need. If you want to be a data engineer, what should you be learning? Should you be learning Power BI? Not necessarily. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. No, don't learn Power BI. You want to be a data engineer, what you should be learning is SQL, Python, PySpark. You need PySpark as well for big data processing. And then you also need your AWS, your GCP, or your Azure for cloud engineering. Then you also need to know how to work with APIs too. That's what you need to do, not learning Excel or Power BI, except if you want to also work as a data analyst. Or maybe you are looking at roles as to work as an analytics engineer. But an analytics engineer is not a data analyst. It's not a data engineer, sorry. And an analytics engineer is more of a data analyst than a data engineer. So don't spend time on things that don't matter. And of course, the portfolio. If you know you don't have a portfolio, let's do it this way. If you know you have a portfolio, give me a thumbs up. I know Kindly has one. So if you know you have a portfolio, okay, you use R in MSc kind. You see what I'm saying? And R is not needed. You will hardly, you can quote me anywhere. You will hardly find any company today that's using R. You will hardly find any. If you check 10 companies and you find any company using R as a language, it's only going to be one. R is used it's used mostly for research purposes. And as a company does not care about research. What they care about is come in and deliver for me. I want to make money. Okay, I'm not, I want to do research. If you have a portfolio, give me a thumbs up. Jacinta doesn't have one. Okay, so Jacinta, you need to get a portfolio. You need to get a portfolio. If you know you have a portfolio, give me a thumbs up. So right now, I'm assuming no one has a portfolio. Nobody has a portfolio. Rebecca, you don't have a portfolio. Olukole, you don't have a portfolio. Mabel, you don't have a portfolio. Kaide, I think Kaide's portfolio. David, you don't have a portfolio. And the other David, you don't have a portfolio. Kristen, don't you have a portfolio? And you've been applying to jobs. I've been getting interviews. That's fantastic if you don't have a portfolio. But even if you don't have it, please go and add it. It's going to make, if you have been getting interviews and you don't have a portfolio, imagine when you add a portfolio to it. You'll be begging them, please, I'm tired. I've gotten a job. I don't want a job anymore. I've gotten a job. Thank you, right? So Kristen, if you don't have a portfolio, you need to work on that, okay? Charles, you don't have a portfolio. Amanda, you don't have a portfolio. Boluwade, you don't have a portfolio. Please go ahead and get a portfolio. It's very, very important, okay? That's one of the reasons why people are not getting hired. Because your portfolio is what is going to serve as your experience. It's what's going to serve as your experience. Because you cannot be telling me you have 5 years of experience, you don't have a portfolio. Where's the experience coming from? And then when I start asking you questions, you tell me you are not able to answer. With a portfolio, I don't even need to ask you much questions about your experience. Because I know for many of us, we do what we call packaging. Okay? We package our CV, which is fine. But then you also need to ensure you have a portfolio so that portfolio would also serve as your experience, and the recruiter does not spend 500 minutes trying to quiz you on the experience you have on your CV, but rather once they see your portfolio, they already know, okay, this person is telling me he has experience as a data analyst, and I can see from the portfolio that this person actually has experience as a data analyst. If you are still with me, send ice cream to the chat box. If you are still with me, send ice cream, ice cream. Send ice cream to the chat box. I'll tell you why later. But if you're still with me, send ice cream to the chat box. So I could say a question. I don't know how to go about having one, and that's part of what I'm hoping to get help. No problem, Charles. Would assist you with that. So Kristen says ice cream, fantastic. Thank you, David. Thank you, Kaide. Thank you, Jacinta. Ice cream. Ice cream, ice cream. When was the last time you had ice cream, Jacinta? You probably cannot remember, right? As adults, we are all so busy. We're so busy with work. We have to go to work. We have spouses. We have kids. We have to ensure because bills need to be paid, especially in the UK. You know what? How are the bills going to be paid? How are you going to pay your bills? So we're just working, and we don't even spend time to relax. So please, tomorrow, go and get ice cream. And go yourself, okay? If you have kids, don't take the kids along. Because when you take the kids along to go get ice cream, then that's no longer you going out for yourself. That's now parenting. That's not parenting because you're like, oh, sit there, don't move, don't do this. But I'm just joking. All right, I know I'm just joking, but please let's try to take care of ourselves, okay? It's not all about, yes, we need to work, but take care of yourself too. All right. So Now, the next thing, of course, we have applying blindly. Blindly, where I hope none of us fall into this category where you're just any job you see, just apply. Just take one CV and just applying. And then we also have what? We also have no UK market alignment. You're applying to jobs in the UK, like you're in Nigeria or you're in Kenya or you're in the US. No, every single country has their own way, has the things that they look out for, has things that are distinct to that particular location and to that particular recruitment plan. In all of these states, something that you need to do, and that is where CV Matchly comes in, right? Because in terms of why people don't get hired, we've seen why people get hired, why people don't get hired. If you are falling under any of these categories, CV Matchly can help you out. There are several things that we can do. Remember I mentioned the LinkedIn on the CV? That's the very first thing. Getting an interview should not be difficult. It's not rocket science. If you ask me, I would say scaling the interview is more difficult than getting the interview. But that is not the case for many people. For many people, getting the interview is the problem. But that should not be the case. The problem should be scaling to the interview, which should not be a problem, really. You just ensure you prepare properly. But getting the interview should not be a problem. It all depends on your CV. How are you packaging your CV? What is your CV? What does your CV look like? And of course, CV Matchly can help you out with that. I'm going to take a look at a quick demo on how CV Matchly can help you with this. Because with CV Matchly, now what is CV Matchly? CV Matchly is a job application. It's an application that helps you to make your job applications easier. Because there's something we've all agreed on earlier, and that was the fact that we have to always do what? We have to always apply to, we have to always revamp our CV, tailor our CV to each job. And that can take a while. It's a lot of work trying to tailor your CV to each job. And when you are trying to apply to a job, what you advise is that you apply to at least 10 jobs per day. 10 jobs per day. You need to apply to at least 10 jobs per day. And I just showed you read.co.uk. We saw that we have over 100 new jobs every day. So you cannot tell me there are no jobs. You can apply to 10 fresh jobs every single day. Why would you not get that job? Are you guys understanding where I'm coming from? Okay. But since it's a lot of work trying to tailor your CV to each job, then of course you can leverage CV Matchly. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. We're going to have a quick demo. We're going to have a quick demo for on CV Matchly. Now with CV Matchly, the first thing that you do is that you need to sign in. You need to create an account. So you can easily go to CV Matchly. I'm going to send you I'll send the link. I'll send the link to the chat box. As you can go to www.cvmatchly.ai and you can go ahead to create an account. So you can click on that and go ahead to create an account. So I'll just show you. Once you create an account, maybe I should create an account. We should both do that together. So once you go to CV Matchly, it's going to ask you to sign up. So sign up, it's at your email address, all of that, and it's going to sign you up. But then, how do you actually use it? You use CV Matchly by using the extension. CV Matchly has an extension. And that extension helps you to apply to, that extension is able to read your screen. It's able to read your screen. When you go on a job board, it checks out that job board and it is able to check out, oh, this is the job description, and tailors your CV to that particular job. And I'll show you what it looks like. But first thing first, of course, you have to go ahead to download. Download actually, install the extension. And how do you install the extension? If you're on Chrome, if you're on Chrome, for instance, you're on and Chrome, just go to the Chrome Web Store. Chrome Web Store. I'll show you what that looks like too. So go to Chrome Web Store. So this is what Chrome Web Store looks like. This is what Chrome Web Store looks like. Just go on your browser and search Chrome Web Store. Chrome Web Store. And you're gonna be brought over to this point. And at this point, you can search for extensions. Just search for the extension. It's called CV Matchly. And this is it. CV Matchly AI stroke AI resume optimizer. So just click on that and go ahead to install the extension. You see, yeah, you're going to see add. For me, I have removed because I already have the extension. But for you, you're going to see add. So you can click on add and you can add in that extension to your browser. Either you're on Edge, you're on Chrome, whatever the case might be. So once you've been able to add that extension, it's all about going about applying to jobs. And CV Matchly works for all job boards, talking about LinkedIn, talking about read.co.uk, which I just showed you, all of those different jobs. And maybe we should use read.co.uk for this. Let's use read.co.uk and let's see how this works. Or, let's just use LinkedIn. Everyone is familiar with LinkedIn. Some of us don't even know that there's a job site called read.co.uk. So let's just use LinkedIn for now. So on LinkedIn, I'm going to go to jobs and I'm going to see what I have in there. And for me, I can see like head of operations, head of talent operations, all of those, and that's like my so LinkedIn is using my role, my description to profile jobs. These are the jobs you should apply to. So for you, I'm sure you're going to see something different, or you can search. You can easily search for the particular job that you're applying to. So let's say, for instance, I want to apply to let's say I want to apply to data analytics. For instance, I want to apply to a job as a data analyst. Okay, so I can go ahead. Oh no, I'm not going to use a data analyst. I'm going to use this particular job. There's something I want to show you. I'm going to use this particular job. This job that we have right here. Okay, this job. I'm going to use this, and there's a reason why. Now you can see the job description. It says these, leading job description, all of this. You can see this. I'm going to now go ahead to open up CV Matchly. Let me share my just for a moment. Okay, great. So I believe you should be able to see this. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to come over to my extensions. Can you see CV Matchly on my screen? If you can see CV Matchly on my screen, just give me a thumbs up. So I need responses, okay? I need responses, everyone. Can you see CV Matchly on my screen, please? Okay, no. All right, thank you very, very much. So I think I'm going to have to share my entire screen for that. Okay, so a moment. Okay, so I believe you should be able to see it now. So once you install CV Matchly, it's going to appear on your extensions. At the top, you're going to see extensions. Okay, you see extensions at the top. So I'm using Edge, in case you are wondering. So I'm using Edge. So you see your extensions. If you cannot find your extensions, just click on the three dots at the top right, and you see extensions. So you can open that up, and you see the extensions that you currently have under Manage Extensions. You see it here. So ensure that CV Matchly is turned on. So I'm going to now go ahead and open up that extension, and I will sign in with the email address and the password I used the last time. So I'm just going to use next. So I'll log in. Okay, fantastic. So now I've been able to log into to my extension, and you can see my extension over here. So my extension is going to be able to I can go ahead to upload my CV. That's, remember, what CV Matchly is going to help me to do right now is going to help me revamp my CV, tailor my CV to this particular job. This job you can see over here. So I'm going to click on this and upload a CV. So I'm going to upload this particular CV, which is this is the CV I'm currently uploading. So you can see it's a CV for data analytics or data engineer, something like that, data analytics. So you can, this is the CV I'm uploading. And this particular CV right now is being used to apply to a job as head of operations. So you would agree with me that they don't align, that both of them don't align, right? So I have this. Now there's something that you can do. I can go ahead and copy the job description from here. So I can go ahead, copy the job description and paste it in here, or I can simply just click on extract. It could not extract job description, that's fine. So sometimes you might get this error depending on how that job board is built. So if that's the case, you can just simply go ahead and copy the job description. So this is the job description. From here I'm going to just copy the entire thing, including the requirements. I'm just going to copy all of this. And then I'll come back to CV Matchly, and I'll paste the job description in there. So after pasting the job description, it's analyzing. So once it's done analyzing, then it's going to help me optimize it. So you can see it's currently at 45% score. Now, why is it 45%? It is 45% because I'm trying to use a data analytics CV to apply to a head of operations job role. So you can give you're very, very sure that I'm not going to be getting called for an interview, because this CV match is telling me that my CV is 45% matched to that job, which is very, very poor. And you can also see the teams that are matched. So you can see the teams that are currently in my CV and that are in the job description, such as data analytics, financial technology, banking, process optimization. All of these things are in my CV at the moment. And then what you can see, 18 teams are missing. Operations are missing, internal coordination is missing, blockchain, company visibility, strategy execution, because strategy execution has to do with operations, right? All of those things are missing. So by doing this now, I can go ahead and click on Optimize CV. So I click on Optimize CV, and there's optimization level. Do I want it to be moderate? Do I want it to be aggressive? Just make it very, just make it. I don't care if the CV looks like mine anymore. I just want the CV to be perfect for this job. They can go with aggressive, but moderate is the sweet spot. So with moderate, CV Matchly is going to try to ensure that the CV still looks like your CV, but then it's going to add some of these keywords that will make it fit into the job better. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'll click on Generate CV. So it's optimized CV. It's going to generate something for me real quick, and we're going to see what that looks like. Okay, so optimization complete, and then I can click on Download Optimize CV. So it has been downloaded. So you guys saw that it was downloaded. I'm just going to go back to downloads. So this is it, Optimize CV. So I can open it up, and this is what I can see. So you can see this. You can see Damnola Pharmacy. That's the name on this CV. You can see the name on the CV. Sorry. Okay, so you can see the name. You can see the role, data engineer. This should have changed. If I had made it aggressive, it's going to change it because I'm not applying to a job to a data engineering role. But you can see that the summary has changed. The summary is now dynamic operations leader with deep expertise in fintech, blockchain, and financial infrastructure, proven ability to drive compliance, functional execution, optimize internal, every single thing. Then you can see my core skills. The core skills now include cross-functional leadership, process optimization, quality relationship management, and then the experience. The experience, I still have data engineer, but the data engineering experience has been tailored to be talking about operations. So you see it now has streamlined internal operations, we do decision making, then you can see every single thing that has been done. So that is what Moderate does for me. So Moderate tries to make the CV still look like mine. But you can see the experience section. The experience section has been made to look like what? To fit the job description of this particular job. Of this particular job. So with this new CV, I can go ahead to now check, oh, what is the current score? Okay, so I can go ahead to now say, oh, I want to re-upload CV. I'm going to re-upload the CV that I just optimized, this particular CV. I'll do that, then I'll copy the job description again. So analyzing, let's see what we're going to get this time. Remember, the last time we got 45%, so 82. So you can see that my CV is now looking better. It's now more tailored to the actual job, and I just did this within minutes. This also works in v.co.uk as well. Let's say I want to apply to this particular. Let's search for a job in here. Let's search for a job. Let's see. We have a lot of. Okay, so let's say I want to go for lead data analyst, £70,000, sweet money, and at the end of the day, the job description is also. And please don't feel like you are too small for certain roles. If I was you, I'm going to apply to this particular job. Okay, because I don't care if it says lead data analyst. What matters is the job description. And when you take a look at the job description, you see that most of these lead data analysts, senior data analysts, are just talking about working on data, optimizing, analyzing data, which are things that you can do. So I'm going to bring up my CV Marshall again. Let's see. This time, I remove this CV. I'm going to upload my original CV. That's this particular CV. I'll upload this. This CV that was tailored for data engineering. Okay, so let's see. So currently, this CV is currently at 38%. 38%. 7 match things: cross-functional, process optimization, data engineering, data analytics. But things that are missing. I don't have cloud platforms, AWS, Azure, Snowflake, Databricks, SQL, Python, BI tools. All of these things are missing, and these things are part of the job description. And I'm glad that I also mentioned this. Now, something to mention quickly. You see jobs like these that say, oh, I need someone that can, okay, this says I need someone that can work with either SQL or Python. But when you see jobs that says, oh, I need Python, I need AWS, I need Azure, I need GCP, I need Snowflakes, I need Databricks, I need every single thing, go ahead to apply. Most of the time, you don't need all of this. Something to note is that a job is only harder on paper. Many of these recruiters did not even know what they need. They just go ahead to go on ChatGPT, say, I need a data analyst, what are the skills? Copy the entire job description and paste it, and tell you to go and apply. An example, look at this. If you need Power BI, why do you also need Tableau? They do the same thing. If you're using AWS, why do you need Azure? They do the same thing. Why do you need GCP? They do the same thing. So don't let this stop you. Go ahead to apply. Most of the time, what you really say, order and lead analytical delivery within product, blah, 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 guide teams, update analysts, data engineers, analytics engineers, all of this things. The job description is what you need to actually take a look at. So I can now go ahead, optimize the CV, and you already know the drill. You know how that works already. Okay, so that's about it for regarding CV Matchly. So CV Matchly is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. If you're not using leveraging CV Matchly right now, please ensure you get on it, because this is going to save you lots of time. Because many of us, we don't have time in optimizing our CVs, right? So with CV Matchly, you get it done quickly. You are applying to jobs, or you have like 30 minutes in a day to spare. You can just use CV Matchly, apply to 10 jobs for that day, then you're good to go. Before you know, you're getting calls for interviews. Hello, we got your application for this role. We got your application for this role. We'd like to meet with you. Are you available at this particular day? These, all of that. And for some of us, though, even with CV Matchly and what we have available, we still don't have the time. So we are wondering. So I should say, is it possible that CV Matchly is just going to help me with every single thing? You know, I have issues with my LinkedIn, for instance. Some of us, our LinkedIn is not well optimized. We don't have a portfolio. We don't have the time to apply to jobs. So is it actually possible for CV Matchly to assist me? How can CV Matchly help me get a job quickly when I don't even have the time now? I don't even have a CV to even optimize. It's easy. All you need to do, you can join the CV Matchly Job Accelerator community. And in the CV Matchly Job Accelerator community, there are several things that you're going to get access to. First thing first, 6 months access to CV Matchly right off the bat. You get 6 months access to CV Matchly right off the bat, and then you have one-on-one CV review and revamp. So we're going to work on your CV, a human will work on your CV, and you also have access to CV Matchly to tailor your CV to each job description. And of course, a LinkedIn optimization. Your LinkedIn needs to be optimized. Then how to navigate the job market. You get to join sessions. Remember earlier, I talked about the fact that there are different job. You need to know how a particular job market operates. Each job market is different. So you need to know how the UK job market operates. So when you join these kind of sessions, navigating the job market, you get to have clarity on all of that operates. Then you have guaranteed interviews, and of course interview preparations for when you do get an interview, so that you're not just getting an interview without landing jobs, but that you are absolutely getting jobs as well. And of course, lifetime support at no extra cost. All of these things is everything you need to get a job in one place. Everything you need to get a job in one place. Okay. So to get into all of these things, what do you need to do? Easy. You need to go ahead to first of all understand the career paths that you can get into. I know today we took a look at the 4 major career paths, which include the 4 major data career paths, high in demand: data analytics, data engineering, data science, and also business analysis as well. But there are all other career paths out there. If you're interested in cybersecurity, that's also very, very high in demand. Project management is also one of them. And of course, you can go ahead to be a part of the 6 months job accelerator, and the full price is £250. £250 to get 6 months access to CV Matchly, one-on-one CV review, one-on-one LinkedIn optimization, how to navigate the job market, interview preparation, personalized feedback, all of these things. A discount is currently running. And with the discounted price, you get to save £170, a whopping £170. And this is only for a short while. So you get to pay £90 instead, and you can also split this into 2 installments. I think how is this over £90? I think I need to speak with Entrepreneur. How can we give all of this for £90? And you can also pay in 2 installments. You're getting one-on-one CV review, one-on-one LinkedIn optimization, how to navigate the job market, interview preparation, personalized feedback, only for £90. And you are literally being guaranteed a job. I think it's something you need to jump on. And of course, the discount is only for the first 10 people to register. So I think we already we already had some registrations, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I checked. So I think we have about 5 slots left, and we are over 10 on the call. So you want to go ahead and quickly register for this particular CV Matchly Accelerator community. So my colleagues on the call, they are also going to send what the payments link, what you need to do to make payment, into the chat box, so you can be part of this community. Okay. All right then. So that's where we're going to stop it today. That's where we're going to be ending today. I think I will take some questions. If you have questions, maybe one or two questions. So if you have a question for me, you can go ahead and ask your question, and we take it from there. If not, we call it a day.
Sir, thank you so much.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah. My question is based on these two perspectives: for data analyst and finance analyst, because my background has always been on finance, at least, and I have like over like 8 years experience in finance, right from Nigeria. And I qualify as an accountant. Now I'm pursuing my ACCA here in UK. And because I don't want to throw my accounting background, and I want to leverage on the skills and expertise I have in finance to finance digital analyst. So I just want somebody who can really share more light on it. And also with the fact that, yeah, that's just it.
Okay. So if that's the path you're looking for, there's no problem at all. Because what you're looking at is the role of a financial analyst. Now, who is a financial analyst? A financial analyst is a data analyst. The very first thing to note. A financial analyst is a data analyst, but a data analyst that focuses on financial data, from how to build from modeling, valuation, all of those things. But you still need to know how to work with those tools such as Excel, Power BI, and every other thing. If that's your focus, CV Matchly can also help you out with that as well. So we can guide you. Yes, and the thing is that as a financial analyst, you are even at an advantage, because you can apply to data analyst roles, and you can also apply to financial analyst roles as well.
Yeah.
So you are very, very much at an advantage. And so you can go ahead to be a part of the community, and you'll be guided. You just let us know that, oh, my main focus is to see how I can leverage my finance experience, and you'll be able to get a job as a financial analyst.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right then. Thank you very much, Kristen. Any other question? 2 questions. What does the £90 cover? Okay. So the £90, which is the discounted price, note, keyword on discount, covers CV Matchly. You're going to get 6 months access to CV Matchly. You saw what I just showed you, where you can use CV Matchly to optimize your CV. You're going to get 6 months access to CV Matchly. You're going to get one-on-one LinkedIn optimization sessions, where your LinkedIn will be optimized. You're going to get interview preps, because getting an interview, as long as CV Matchly is involved, getting an interview is not a problem. So when you get the interview, you're going to get interview preps. That's one-on-one interview preps. You're going to get lifetime support on the job. But when you've gotten the job, maybe you have a question or two. There are things that you can you need clarity on. You can always reach out, and you would also be guided. And you're going to get access to how to navigate the job market sessions, where you are told the things about the job market in the UK, the best way to climb in your career, because every job market is different. There are things you do in the UK market that you would not do in the US market, and vice versa. So can the payment be split? Yes, Charles, you can split the payment. So you can pay £45 now to ensure you key into your discount, because about 5 slots left. The £90 is only for 10 people. 5 people have made payment. The last time I checked, key emphasis on the last time I checked. So if once you're on the call, you probably want to take advantage of that to ensure that you're not paying the £270. Okay, so you get to pay, so you can break it down into 2 installments. You can pay for £5 now, and then you get to pay the other £5 later. Okay, yeah, so this is the link. So just click on this link to get to make payments. Here's the link. So that's the link, Charles. Just click on that link, take the website, and you can go ahead to make payments. So what if you only need access to CV Matchly and you want to do the application yourself? That's fine as well. So if you only need access to CV Matchly, just go to cvmatchly.ai and just sign in. Once you sign in, you're going to see the different models. Okay, and you can go ahead to select the standard, which is going to give you access to, just CV Matchly. So you just check out the pricing model. On the pricing model, you have, of course, let me share my screen so I show you what it looks like. So this is it. So if you are only interested in CV Matchly and not the accelerator program, just go over to www.cvmatchly.ai and just click on pricing, and it will bring you over here so you can see the free plan, which of course you can have access to a free plan. But this with the free plan, you only have 5 job reviews per month. 5 job reviews per month. And then with the basic, you get up to 100 job reviews per month. And then 100 CV analysis, every other thing, and then you have the premium, which is at $16. So the basic is at $12, which should be around £10 thereabouts, and then the premium is at $16 as well. So this is if you only want access to CV Matchly. But if you want access to the accelerator in full, then that's £90. Any other question? Are we good? So Jacinta is asking, what's the difference between the 130K package from the 90K package? I think that's probably what I just showed. I think that's, I'm sure I've already answered your question, Jacinta. So those are the packages. So the package is, of course, you have the CV Accelerator, the Accelerator program, which is different, where you get access to all of those things I mentioned. And then you have the other, which is just you getting access to CV Matchly alone. Okay, Joseph, so the extension on CV Matchly is what you're going to use to read the job board. All right, so that's what you're going to use to read the job board, where you install the extension and then you can go on any job board of your choice, and it's going to be able to read what's going on that job board, read the job description, and help you optimize. So that's what the extension is for. The extension is used to optimize the CV. All right, so once you log into the website, you sign up, you register, then just go on Chrome Web Store, and then just search for CV Matchly, and you can add the extension. Any other question, or are we good? Okay, so I guess that'll be it for now. Can you try that, please? Okay, let me show it to you again once more.
I have a question.
Yes, you can go ahead and ask a question.
Okay, the link you sent is set for £90. I clicked on it. I'm seeing pay in full, £130, then 2 installments, £90.
Okay. All right. So, apologies. I think let me check that out again. Okay. Sorry. Can you clarify? I think I have my colleague with me on the call. So can you please can you clarify? So we have £130. All right. So I think I've made a mistake. Apologies. I think I made a mistake. So the discounted price is actually £130. Okay, but you can break it into 2 installments. So you can break it if you pay at a single go, you get to pay £130. Or you can break this into 2 installments of £90 each. £90 each. So you get to pay £90 right now, and then you pay the other £90. I think in a month's time. So £90 per month. You get that?
So if I'm breaking installment, that's £90. That's about 150.
Yes, so 160. So if you break it down into 2 installments, you're going to end up paying £160. Okay, but if you pay at a single go, you're going to pay £130 instead. And both prices are still discounted as against the original price of £250.
160 or 180. That's if I'm paying installment.
So sorry, 180, not 160, 180. Sorry, not 160, 90, yeah, 180. Sorry. Yes. So you're either paid 130. If you pay, you just like a single payment, you're going to pay 130 pounds. But if you break it down into 2 installments, you're going to pay 90 each, which will now amount to 180 pounds.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay.
Okay, great. So to show Joseph what this looks like. So what you want to do, you want to go to Chrome Web Store. Can you mute, please? If you're muted, please can you mute? So you want to go to Chrome Web Store. Just go on your browser. Just search for Chrome Web Store. So just say Chrome Web Store. Chrome Web Store, and you're going to see it here. This is it, Chrome Web Store. So this works on either Edge or Chrome. And so once you open it up, just search for CV Matchly, and you see it here, CV Matchly. So once you do that, you're going to see add. So just add the extension. By adding the extension is now going to be on your browser. And whenever you go to any job board, for instance, let's say you come over to read.co.uk, you can simply go ahead and click on your extensions and ensure that it is on. And then you can just open up your extension, your CV Matchly extension. And this is what you're going to have. So once you open it up, it's going to ask you to sign in. So you sign in with your email and your password, and you can start using it to optimize your CV. And once you do that, all of the CVs, all of the jobs you're applying to, one thing that CV Matchly also offers is that all of the jobs you're applying to, every single thing, I'm trying to see, let me see if I can show you that. Every single thing that you're applying to, all of the jobs you're applying to, the resumes you're using, once you come over to the website, you're going to see everything here. Everything will be listed here. That's the resumes that you've optimized, and then you're going to see the different jobs that you've applied to. So you can use this to keep track. So with this, you can keep track of the jobs you are applying to. You can keep track of the CVs you are using to apply to those jobs. So CV Matchly would help you out with each and every one of those things. So that's different. So the website is where you go ahead to sign up, and then the extension helps you optimize your CV. Did I answer your question, Joseph? Okay. So I guess that'll be it for now. Thank you, everyone. Please ensure you go ahead to get in on this as quickly as possible, because this is just, it's only for a limited set of persons. I'm talking about the discounted price. Working with CV Matchly, again, getting interviews, it's not rocket science. Okay, it's not rocket science. Getting interviews is not rocket science. So please kindly jump on CV Matchly. Either you want to go for the extension or you want to go for the accelerator program, where once you get an interview, you're also prepped, you're being worked with, your LinkedIn is optimized to ensure that you do get that job. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time. Till then, I'm Aisha, and do have a lovely day, everyone. Cheers.